Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here with a TLDR on the Diablo 4 Season 9 patch notes and what they mean for the upcoming season. It was officially announced that the new season, called Sins of the Horadrim, is starting this Tuesday, July 1st at 10 a.m. PST. The patch notes start off with changes for classes, then talks about the Horadric powers and jewels, general rebalancing for overpower and pit scaling, other miscellaneous content, and then the Season 9 content from before the PTR. Starting with class changes and meta predictions, here they have Spiritborn first. On the PTR, Hunter's reset got tweaked, but it has now been reverted, but with a whopping 50% damage nerf, and ferocity nerf too. The new Thorns unique got nerfed. Other ultimates and aspects for Razor Wings got buffed. With these adjustments, I think that for Spiritborn, Thorns will be the meta build, followed by Quill Volley and Evade. Next, the Barbarian got some buffs to Flay, Wrath of the Berserker, and the new unique boots for Cleave Radius. They also got nerfs to Heavy Hitter, the Rumble Glyph, plus some uniques and aspects, so Ultimates, Dust Devils, and Earthquakes will be a lot weaker than before. On tempering recipes, Heavy Hitter got replaced with Wallop, so ultimate based builds will be even weaker. Right now, it's hard to say what the meta bar build will be because Powers and Overpower got reworked, but if I were to take a wild guess, Mighty Throw might be meta for Barbarians. Then we have Druids, and Druids ate well in these patch notes. They got a number of buffs to Pulverize, Storm Strike, Grizzly Rage, and a number of other passives, aspects, and uniques. Some tempering recipe affixes are easier to get now too, but all eyes are on the new unique Rotting Lightbringer, which now has more additive damage, multiplicative damage, and guarantees overpowers on its unique effect. I've seen a lot of people, myself included, expecting this new Poison Puddle Druid to be the number one Druid build this season. A few others suggested Flesh Render might be really good too. Next is Necro. Got some slight buffs across the board, aside from a nerf to Blood Wave's Blood Orb generation and Bone Duster aspects guaranteed overpower. For their skills, there were buffs to Cold Mages, Serration for Bone skills, Necrotic Fortitude, Ossified Essence, Affliction, and Shadow Blight. Titan's Fall gives more damage for all builds now, too. On items, Blighted Aspect, Bloodless Scream, and the new Archmage unique all got buffs too. Paragon boards, buffs to Flesh Eater Corpse Requirement, Hulking Monstrosity Golem damage, and Bone Graft stacks. I expect minion builds to be on top with the Hand of Naz unique for Archmages, but after that I have no idea what would be second place. Rogue got some pretty hard nerfs to Shadow Clone's damage and Death Trap too. Adjustments were made to the Flurry skill and key passives Victimize, CQC, Precision, and Alchemical Admixture. Damage buffs to Cold Clip and Ravager's Aspect. Buff to the new unique for Flurry, to Eagle Horn, and an adjustment to the Eyes in the Dark pants for Death Trap. For legendary Paragon nodes, Rogue's got a slight buff to Eldritch Bounty and a solid 20% nerfed to No Witnesses. Last but not least, there's Sorcerer. There were some slight buffs to Searing Heat and Icefall legendary Paragon nodes, as well as the Firestarter aspect. But Hydra received several tweaks since the PTR. Now, Invoked Hydra gives crit damage too, along with crit chance. The new unique Ophidian Iris for Hydra now has attack speed, probably to accommodate dot-based Hydra builds. Serpentine aspect got a damage nerf, but now works with the Hydra enchantment. Especially with Ophidian Iris, I still think that this season, it's clear that Hydra Sorcerer will still be the number one build for the Sorcerer. Perhaps even the number one pit pushing build across all builds, but I am not 100% sure and won't be until the season actually goes live. For my next topic to cover, there's the Horadrim powers and jewels. Now I'll talk about the most important stuff first, which has to do with the Arcana. First, Jagged Bramble, the Thorns damage based Arcana, got a 50% buff. Now, here's the bad news. Bloody Charm on Propulsion allowed you to teleport between packs pretty much instantly on the PTR, but now they removed the teleport and gave you movement speed instead. Siphoning Gizmo was a cool arcana which was converting dot damage into instant damage, but that was removed entirely and replaced with Sharpening Gizmo. Sharpening Gizmo is meant more for physical damage based builds and doubles your catalyst's lucky hit chance. Those are the main changes I think most people would care about for Arcana, but other adjustments were also made to Fractured Core, Nightmare Orb on Celestial Surge, Disintegrate, Propulsion, Astral Pillar, Cosmic Anomaly, and Frigid Heart that I won't cover in depth since I want to keep this video fairly short. When it comes to infusions, all infusions got their duration buffed from 5 to 8 seconds for affix disabling. Thunderous Particle and Corrosive Vapor damage got buffed. For catalysts, Propulsion cooldown got buffed. Disintegrate Radius got buffed. Celestial Surge Lucky Hit Chance got nerfed. And Cosmic Anomaly benefits more from Lucky Hit now. Just briefly talking about jewels, a new jewel got added for physical damage called Willbreaker. The Cheat Death jewel is not available in hardcore anymore. There were buffs to Reverie Horn's summon damage bonus, a nerf to Spark of Creation's resource generation, nerf to Idle from Below's max health. And they also said that jewels will be easier to craft than on the PTR. Okay, it's time to discuss overpower changes. Overpower has been pretty dominant in the game for the past few seasons, and you should know that it has pretty much been nerfed into the ground. On the PTR, it already took an 80% damage nerf. Now, the damage component based on Life and Fortify was just removed altogether, which will have a big sweeping impact for a lot of builds relying on overpower within the game, like Blood Surge, Pulverize, etc. On the other hand, monster health between pit tiers and torment difficulties got reduced slightly, although they didn't mention the exact amount, so this should make it easier for all builds to progress. Long story short, on the rest of these, higher torment tiers should give you better rewards now, and scrolls of escape are more common for hardcore players. The rest of this stuff is pretty much just bug fixes, and then talking about changes to the game before the PTR went live. That pretty much covers it for my TLDR summary on the Diablo 4 Season 9 patch notes. Overall, I think it's a shame to see some of the powers go away, but between the class adjustments, overpower getting neutered, and monster health scaling changes, there's been a colossal adjustment in the balancing of the game, and I think it'll be very interesting seeing how builds will perform in the new season. If you enjoyed the video, a like, comment, or subscribe is always appreciated, but otherwise, that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and venture out.